manner of incredible thing walked beneath that hood? It would be unfair at this time to show you any more of what went on in that laboratory where a man actually dared to play God. So fantastic words can't begin to describe it. You must see it with your own eyes to believe it.
The best horror movies of the 1950s. Viewers seem to have taken a break this month on following my westerns, so I thought I'd throw a new genre into the mix, horror movies. I went through a period in my youth following horror movies. I'm wondering if you guys did also. The source of this video was Rotten Tomatoes, or Tomatoes for Americans. Let me know if you find this video interesting. You will notice some actors and directors from the Western genre here. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. Check out my many other videos by heading over to my channel. I put up a new video almost every day. Sometimes two.
A woman's beauty, the bait that brought it out of its lair. See underwater thrills never photographed before in this most terrible...
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1956, directed by Don Siegel. One of the best political allegories of the 1950s. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is an efficient, chilling blend of sci-fi and horror. During screen testing, much of the film's original humour and humanity was cut when the audience found it difficult to follow and laughed at all the wrong moments. The studio insisted on edits because it wasn't policy to mix humour with horror. Starring Kevin McCarthy, Dana Winter, Carolyn Jones, Larry Gates.
Whatever intelligence or instinct it is that can govern the forming of human flesh and blood out of thin air is fantastically powerful, beyond any comprehension.
Cursed, dreadful, malevolent thing was happening to those he loved.
It isn't just an ordinary body, is it?
I never saw one like it. It looks unusual.
Sensational star discovery of The View from Pompey's Head. And now an undreamed of horror makes her life and love a vortex of fear.
Jack!
Miles, where do they come from?
I don't know.
Only while you're asleep. They'll absorb your minds, your memories.
I don't want any part of it.
You're forgetting something, Miles.
What's that?
You have no choice.
From city to city, an incredible hysterical panic spreads. As the unimaginable becomes real, the impossible becomes true.
Stop and listen! Stop and listen to me! Listen! Listen! Listen to me! They're not human! Me! Everyone! They're here already! You're next!
Diabolic, 1955, directed by Henri-Georges Clouzot. Cruel, dark, but undeniably effective. Diabolic is a suspense thriller, as effective as Hitchcock's best work and with a brilliant twist ending. Despite losing out on the chance to make the film, Alfred Hitchcock was a big fan. Indeed, some state that it bore an influence on the making of Psycho, 1960, starring Simone Signoret, Vera Clouzot, Paul Maurice, Charles Vanel.
Ce n'est pas une histoire de fou, c'est une histoire diabolique.
Qui est là?
Allô, allô? Qui est là? Répondez, nom de Dieu!
Une baignoire, l'en osier.
The Fly, 1958, directed by Kurt Newman. Deliciously humorous to some, and eerily predictive to others. The Fly balances schlocky fun and unnerving nature parable. The biggest box office hit of director Kurt Newman's career, but he never knew it or even found out about it. He died 1 month after the film's premiere, and only 1 week before it went into general release, starring David Hedison, Patricia Owens, Vincent Price, Herbert Marshall.
You must see it with your own eyes to believe it. When the fly comes your way.
Please.
All right, show me where.
Here, Uncle Francois.
Wait in the house. There's a good boy for you.
The Night of the Hunter, 1955, directed by Charles Lawton, featuring Robert Mitchum's formidable performance as a child hunting preacher. The Night of the Hunter is a disturbing look at good and evil. Later on in life, Robert Mitchum, who was usually indifferent to such matters, said that Charles Lawton was his favourite director and indicated that this was his favourite of the movies in which he had acted, starring Robert Mitchum, Shelley Winters, Lillian Gish, Evelyn Varden.
Now, weren't you afraid, little lambs, down there in all that dark?
Godzilla, 1954, directed by Ishiro Honda. More than straight monster movie fare. Gojira offered potent, sobering post-war commentary. Director George Lucas cites this film's miniatures as an inspiration for his special effects in the Star Wars film series. During Godzilla's rampage through downtown Tokyo, one of the buildings he destroys is the old Nichigeki Theatre, after his tail smashes into it. This is said to have frightened several viewers who tried to run out of the theatre. Starring Takeshi Shimura, Momoko Kochi, Akira Takarada, Akihiko Hirata.
Weapons failed. Is this the end of our civilization? Can the scientists of the world find a way to stop this creature? Or the answer, see Godzilla, King of the Monsters. You may wish to deny it, but your eyes tell you it's true. A tale to stun the mind. More fantastic than any ever written by Jules Verne. More terrifying than any ever shown on the screen. Awesome. Incredible. Unbelievable. A story beyond your wildest dreams. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Fantastic beyond comprehension. Gripping beyond compare. Astounding beyond belief. The mightiest monster of them all. See Godzilla.
Them, 1954, directed by Gordon Douglas. One of the best creature features of the early atomic age. Them features effectively menacing special effects and avoids the self-parody that would later taint monster movies. Walt Disney screened the movie because he was interested in casting James Arness as Davy Crockett. However, he was so impressed by Fess Parker as the crazy Texan pilot that he chose him for the part, starring James Whitmore, Edmund Gwenn, Joan Weldon, James Arness.
Witnesses to a biblical prophecy come true, and there shall be destruction and darkness come up in creation, and the beast shall reign over the earth.
Yes, the earth, the skies above and the seas below, infested by swarms of nightmare creatures, crueler, deadlier than the armored giants of prehistoric eras. Here is a wild, headlong flight into terror, as the desert erupts with the grim battle for survival. Here is a fear-frenzied moment of suspense, as mankind totters before a thing that multiplies faster than it can be killed. Here is a desperate plunge into the black depths of the earth, where human courage challenges the brute force, the slashing jaws, the poison fangs that guard the subterranean nest, where the beast spawns its terrible progeny.
To all units, condition red. Drain 267 is the target area. Repeat, condition red. Drain 267 is the target area.
Is there any type of gas we could use?
No, we can't take a chance. It might poison the whole city.
House of Wax, 1953, directed by André de Toth. House of Wax is a 3D horror delight that combines the atmospheric eeriness of the Wax Museum with the always chilling presence of Vincent Price. Nedrick Young, who plays the alcoholic assistant, Leon, was uncredited because he had been blacklisted during the Joseph McCarthy Red Scare era in Hollywood. Starring Vincent Price, Frank Lovejoy, Phyllis Kirk, Caroline Jones. Horror of Dracula, 1958, directed by Terence Fisher. Trading gore for grandeur, Horror of Dracula marks an impressive turn for inveterate Christopher Lee as the titular vampire, and a typical Hammer mood that makes aristocracy quite sexy. Christopher Lee, Dracula, has only 16 lines in the entire film, all dispensed by the 10-minute mark. Peter Cushing did the stunt where he leaps over a banister himself. He insisted on doing so, against the studio's concerns that he might injure himself. Starring Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, Michael Gough, Melissa Stribling.
By the evil of Dracula.
How do you destroy a fiend who has so far proven himself indestructible? Those who come to end his reign of terror stay to become his victims.
Castle Dracula is somewhere here in Klausenberg. Will you tell me how I get there?
You ordered a meal, sir. As an innkeeper, it's my duty to serve you. When you've eaten, I ask you to go and leave us in peace.
The Thing, 1951, directed by Christian Nibby. As flying saucer movies go, The Thing from Another World is better than most, thanks to the well-drawn characters and concise, tense plotting. The skeleton crew at the South Pole Telescope Station have a tradition every winter over the watching of this movie and the two other adaptations on the very first night after the departure of the final plane of the season, starring Margaret Sheridan, Kenneth Tobey, James Arness, Robert Cornthwaite.
What happened, Doctor?
In the greenhouse, I was working. I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Then a blast of cold air, and I heard Olson scream.
Come here. Get in the corner. Now hold this in front of you. Stay by the light switch.
1.9. Needles hit the top.
The Incredible Shrinking Man, 1957, directed by Jack Arnold. A curiously sensitive and spiritual addition to the Universal Monsters lineup, taking on deep questions about a man who is shrinking to death. Richard Matheson had originally written a screenplay for the sequel called The Fantastic Shrinking Girl, in which Louise Carey begins to shrink herself. Universal had planned to produce it, but the project was eventually scrapped. Starring Grant Williams, Randy Stewart, April Kent, Paul Langdon.
Yes, for a little while.
Where?
Well, just to the corner, to the store.
You'll come right back?
Well, of course I will.
An innovative film featuring fantastic special effects.
Charlie, maybe he's hurt someplace. Maybe he's lost.
We've looked everywhere. With these bits of metal, I was a man again. If I was to die, it would not be as a helpless insect in the jaws of the spider monster.
Creature from the Black Lagoon, 1954, directed by Jack Arnold. A solid, atmospheric creature film that entertains without attempting to be deeper than it needs. Julie Adams has lightheartedly complained that no matter how well she acted, or what role she had in other films, fans always remember her most often for this role. Starring Richard Coulson, Julie Adams, Richard Denning, Antonio Moreno.
In this most terrifying of the science fiction adventures. Not since the beginning of time has man known such terror.
He hasn't changed for millions of years.
Science was baffled, but there it was in the deep, deep waters of the Amazon. A living link with the dawn of time. Powerful, destructive. A woman's beauty, the bait that brought it out of its lair.
I tell you, it's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
Grimly, men of daring venture into a dread world underwater, stalking a creature of frightening fury. See the most amazing underwater photography that the screen has ever known in this strangest of all science fiction adventures, the expedition of our time.
This is exactly as it was 150 million years ago when it was part of the Devonian era.
As man continues his...
If you want to see all my new videos as they come up, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Catch all my other videos by looking at my channel. The link is in the description. Leave me your comments. Check out my Facebook page as well. Like and share. I am Wrangler. Adios. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.